Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So this is just a quick update on the XK150. Unfortunately, we've come up against a few problems, which kind of goes with the territory, I think, with the classic cars. You know, trying to find stuff that's going to fit, and if you modify something, and it turns out that it's actually two things that I've modified on this car have now kind of stumped us a little bit. But I'll go over it and show you exactly what we're up to. So I'm sure a few of the purists out there, I mean, I think I've said this many times to the point of being boring with it. I don't go to shows with cars. I go to car shows, but I'm not interested in showing them. I've done it once with my E-Type, and to be honest, the experience was it cost more, and it was more trouble than it was worth. I had to be there at a certain time in the morning, so I'm not really interested. I do like going to car shows, but I'm not really interested in entering my cars. Not because I'm worried about what people might say or whatever, but it just doesn't hold any interest for me. I'm more interested in looking at what other people have got and just enjoying the day. When you take a car to a show, you're kind of you're restricted about where you can go. If somebody want to go for a smoke or a coffee, and somebody wants to look at the car, and people are leaning over it and so on. Anyway, so just to say, just to update you, so the eagle-eyed of you might see that there's a problem here, or it's not to factory standard. Now, this car is an SE car, and I turned it into an S specification car, obviously with the triple carburetors. Now on the SE car, which was two HD6s, the bonnet prop was on the side by the carburetors, but now there's three carburetors and a longer manifold. You can't put the bonnet stick or the bonnet hood rod in. So on the S specification, it went on the right hand side. But it's sticking out to one side, and it's quite difficult to mount, and I couldn't find one, and we were looking at how to try and make a hinge to make it work, and it was all a bit of an issue. So we've come up with another idea, which I actually think works better. Practically it works better. For every reason it works better to do it this way. So what we've actually done is, Amir's made a piece, which I'm going to bring you in and show you. Amir's made a piece across the two rocker covers, and we put the bonnet prop right in the centre, which is where the hole is anyway, and it actually makes the hood much more stable than having it on one side. And the other good thing about it is, if you're working on the car, you're going to be working on either bank, so now the prop is not in the way, and we put it in such a way that it's not in the way of the plugs or anything like that, so it works out pretty good. And I'll show you how we put it together. But as I said, I'm going to do some things with it. We're going to have the bracket chromed, I'm going to have the rod chromed, because I've got polished alloy rocker covers, and it would just look nicer, rather than being black. So I'm going to have that chromed up. When I go to Gearbox, which is the people that are doing the chrome for me, or they should by now, they should have already de-chromed it and brazed it together, and I'm just waiting for a phone call to go and pick it up, bring it back, check that it fits perfectly before it's chromed, and then they can do the other bits at the same time. But I'll show you the three things that we've been doing. There's other things going on. There's some interior work that we've done and we've had to take back out because of a problem, one of the problems. So without further ado, I'll show you what we've been up to. It's right in the middle there. We're putting a rubber on the top there, and then we've got it going right through the centre, and when it sits, we made a hinge for it here, which I'm going to have chromed up, and the rod, and then it sits down into the valley there. As I said, normally it would go on this side here on an S specification, but to try and make it hinge past that glass is a bit of an issue, and I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. It just seems to be the rod, this rod that I've got now, a new one. Anyway, I like it. I think it works well. It looks nice sat in the valley. But I think it being chromed will just add that little bit to it. So the issues that I was talking about. So this is one of them. I bought this some time back, a couple of months ago I think it was, from S&G Barrett. Now this is the speedo cable, which then goes down onto the gearbox. Now the gearbox I have in this car is actually a T5, a Trimec T5, so it's a 5-speed box. I've kept the original gearbox upstairs, which had an overdrive unit, but I wanted to go with this Trimec because I just think they're a better box. Anyway, the problem is this end is fine for the speedo head, but this is wrong for the gearbox end. So the problem was we'd already fitted it up and put the dashboard back together, and then realised that the end was wrong. This square is too large; it won't go in. So, and I was told that it was the right thing. So that's one thing. The next one is an issue with this power assisted steering I've got. So basically it's a motorised steering system that's on it. It's from Easy Steer in Holland, and it works beautifully. I mean, the control over the steering when you're at parking speeds is unbelievable. You can turn it with your little finger. Amazing. But where the problem comes in is there's a locking nut here. You can see that I'm holding here. Now normally what would happen is this locking nut, it's the same on the E-Type as well, is allows you to pull the shaft in and out. So you can open it and close it, and you can lift the shaft in and out. And basically what's behind it is a collet on this. So if I take this off, you can see there's the collet there. So this collet, so as you push down on this collet, it tightens up and it allows the steering to be put in a certain place and then locked off with this nut. So you can see here, now this nut, this collet, is the original one off the steering shaft, which is down there, you can see. Now this nut goes all the way up and goes all the way down the thread, but unfortunately with this one, it goes on, the threads go in very easily, but it only goes down, I'll show you, you can see it only goes down about 5 or 6 turns, and it should be about 10 turns. And what's happening is we now can't lock this off. So we try to space it out, but it still isn't right. The very fact that it should go down now, I don't know whether we've checked the threads and they all seem good, but whether this thread here is a little bit tapered, there's no raggediness on it, or whether, I don't know what's causing it, whether it's this one inside, and yet it goes on the original. I just don't know what the problem is. So I've got a friend who's a machinist who's going to come over and have a look on Friday, or at the weekend, when he comes back from Germany, and we'll see what the problem is. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I guess this is what happens when you change things over, but I just didn't think about it, and to take that out is a major job, because when the car was completely stripped apart, there was nothing left on it. I had to cut some of the bulkhead and reinforce it to put this motor, which is underneath it, and you can see down on the floor there, that's the rheostat for it. So yeah, we seem to be going two forward and one back. Well, I mean, it's not insurmountable. We can do it. We'll get it sorted. What we're working on now is the doors. You can see, put the window regulator back into this one, and then here's the new, well, not the new, it's the original. So this is the original chrome from the car, but we have to, and I got new glass made for it, which was a fraction of the price to buy it directly from the Jaguar dealerships. So we've got to put that in, because I want to make sure it sits with the chrome okay. But yeah, it's they're very bespoke, these cars, and really just any little thing, you know, you're fighting it all the time. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick update, see what's going on. And the other good news is I've ordered the wheels. I've got the wheels. I've ordered the tyres for it, and they should be here in the first week in February. So we'll have a brand new set of 5 brand new wheels and tyres on it, which will look so much better than these ugly things that are on it at the moment. But yeah, so hopefully they'll turn up first week in Feb, and I think that will really bring the car up. But it's these small items now, because I've got to get these things sorted now for the test, because we're going to get the paperwork done, and hopefully by April, the end of April, beginning of May, we can get it turfed and I can actually get the car on the road. But there's still quite a few items, quite a few hours left in it. And and for everybody, look, we changed that round. That's it now in the right position. So thanks for that, David, pointing that out. But yeah, so it's in the right position now. So if there's any ideas, or any of you guys have had any of these issues with steering nut or the gearbox, perhaps you could let me know how you got round it. Anyway, so as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and I'll catch you in the next update when we move forward with it, hopefully.